We're going to make felony great again. I'm covering kind of documenting the decline of the Biden crime family. It's overformed. There's even good news coming out of San Francisco for Trump. We're going to get to all this, destroy MSNBC, give you news on Ron DeSantis, mock the Bidens. Welcome to Doug in Exile. This is where the happy patriots are. Stick around. This one's a little funny, starting with this comedian.
Found guilty of 34 felonies, right? Don't, he'll twist it, man. He'll make it fun. He'll make it cool. It's fine. 34 counts. Nobody's done it. Nobody can do that.
Yeah, they're trying to take Trump down, and like that guy said, he'll twist it. He did. He turned into something good. The felony ends up exposing the Democrats. Here's where the good news is at in the election. Virginia, the 19 electoral college votes just went into the center from, now Virginia is buried to the needle Democrat. It took 19 electoral votes away. Now there were 117 right there in the middle because Virginia's in play with Trump. Here's Scott Adams on the lay of the land politics wise. All the smart people from both parties are backing Trump now. I haven't seen anything like this before. This is Scott Adams, the author and artist for Dilbert. Some high IQ Democrats with Trump derangement syndrome are still having a crisis, and the pros get paid to lie, so you can ignore them. But all the smart and sane people are now on the same side. We're going to get to some of those lies when we hit MSNBC. But first, here's a meme that I believe Benny Johnson made. This is the puppeteer with that old man puppet, and then down below there's Biden making the exact same face. He's a cartoon come to life now, a parody of himself.
Nobody can do it. 34. It's never been done. Our numbers are so big. These are big numbers. 34. El Chapo couldn't do it. He couldn't do it. 22 times. What a failure. Guilty on 22 counts. I said, what an amateur. 34, no, we're doing it. Al Capone couldn't do it. 27 counts, which is really beginner stuff. That's beginner stuff. He couldn't do it. Couldn't do it. The Zodiac Killer, can you believe this? 9 counts. I go, this is it. What is this, amateur out or 9 counts? The Zodiac, I call him the Zodiac Loser. That's what I call him. That's what I call. We are going to jail, and we are going to jail so quick and so strong, and nobody's going this quick. 2 days, we'll be there in 2 days.
Yeah, even the comedians, that's a great imitation of Trump, by the way, and the audience is soaking it up. They're not laughing at Trump. They're laughing with the comedian at how absurd everything is. Here's Ron DeSantis in Florida. Breaking: Florida Governor Ron DeSantis' suspension of Soros-funded DA Monique Worrell is upheld by the Florida Supreme Court. So even the Florida Supreme Court is backing DeSantis. Now, here's Merrick Garland in hot water. We're putting hot water on this DOJ insider criminal bagman for Biden.
Attorney General Garland, his testimony comes from a tribe where the Sinaloa cartel operates with near impunity in its region. Drugs have devastated the community, reservations have become part of the cartel supply chain, and the Mexican cartels are intimidating Americans testifying before Congress. Yet the FBI and DOJ are largely absent.
Not only have I been in contact with the tribes, I've been on the reservation in Montana and Alaska. The answer to your question is Congress is not giving us money for FBI agents to go into the reservations.
So this is Congress's fault that you won't do your job.
Yeah, he blames. That's a great catch. They caught Merrick Garland trying to blame Congress for not doing his job. Congress needs to give me more money. That's why, not because the borders are open. Congress did it.
It's Congress's
fault. This is Congress's fault that you won't protect reservation. That you won't protect our reservations from the consequences of the Biden and Mayorkas open border policies. That's Congress's fault, not theirs.
If you give us money for more FBI agents,
you need more money for FBI agents. How about if they just enforce the border? How about if you ask them to enforce the border?
The time the gentlelady has expired.
And he runs out of time. Oh, so delicious. You know what? It's becoming a bad word to be called a Democrat. It's an insult. You can just go around to your friends. You know, if they spill their coffee, you go, good job, Democrat. They get caught in a lie. That's a Democrat move.
What?
He what?
He called me a Democrat.
That little girl, she got caught a Democrat because she never worked a day in her life and gets fed all her meals and it doesn't say thank you. Here's Eric Holder giving away the inside crime method of the Democrats. He thinks he's talking about Trump, but really this is a huge cell phone on Eric Holder.
Can you just describe a little bit in terms of the role of and how it would transform if an attorney general were not looking at things purely from the facts, purely from the evidentiary burden and how to meet it, but instead taking directives on who to prosecute from the President of the United States.
This is them fantasizing that Trump is going to be a dictator. And they're going, you know, Eric Holder, what could an attorney general do, like Merrick Garland? What could they do if they wanted to target someone? And now he's going to just try and describe what Trump and one of his attorney generals could do. And Eric Holder knows this whole technique all too well because he invented it under Obama.
Sure. If the president told a compliant attorney general, I don't like what this congressman said about me or did to me over the course of the last 2-3 years, whatever, open an investigation on that person.
The whole evil plan just flows right off Eric Holder's tongue. He knows how this works. He's going, you could get a corrupt AG to go after a congressman and open an investigation, just like Biden does.
That attorney general could tell a compliant United States attorney to do just that. Talk to a compliant FBI director who could be replaced by the president to open an investigation and then to just look through that person's life and look for anything that you possibly can find.
Oh, a corrupt FBI director. You mean like Christopher Wray? And have them look into someone's back file and you'll find all kinds of stuff on them like they did to Trump. Just do a deep sea excavation. Eric Holder's spelling out their whole plan.
Who's to say what you find in any person's life that might run afoul of the law? And even beyond that, the mere fact of an investigation of a person who is a public figure can be reputation ruining, can be politically damaging, not even if you find anything, just the fact that the investigation itself exists.
Yeah, you could find someone overestimated the value of his property in New York just for fun. You could find, and just the mere indictment, just the mere accusation could be damaging, which is justification enough for why the Democrats did it to Trump.
And if you've got the full weight of the Justice Department, the full weight of the presidency, the full weight of the FBI focusing on somebody like that, that can be extremely damaging to not only that person individually, but to our democracy writ large.
Oh, yeah, boy, the damage. If you had the FBI after you and the IRS and the DOJ, boy, you could make someone's life hell. Eric Holder knows. Now, here's Joe Scarborough, who says Joe Biden's really sharp.
If you want to talk about international affairs, if you want to talk about how to get bipartisan legislation, Joe Biden is light years ahead of all of them.
Oh, yeah, he's so competent and sharp. Here's the bad news coming out of San Francisco for Biden. This is from the tweet, David Sachs. It's safe to say this wasn't supposed to happen. About the times more pro-Trump demonstrators turned out than anti-Trump protesters. If this is the enthusiasm gap in liberal San Francisco, what does that imply for the rest of the country? Guys, this is in San Francisco. This is from the San Francisco Standard. The paltry turnout of anti-Trump protesters paled in comparison to the number of people who came out for Trump, who at times led chants, USA, USA, USA. And we want Trump. Guys, the ground looks good for Trump. It looks terrible for Biden. And that's why this giant comedy, this giant sitcom that America is going through is going to have a happy ending. I'm Doug in Exile.
We're making felonies great again. That's what we're doing. I'll be out in the yard, right? The cheerleader. Catch me outside. I'll be out in the yard. Shackles. These are going to be great shackles. Golden. We're going to get the golden shackles. They say Trump's yard right there. Trump's yard.